This video is about 5 signs that your body is starting to feel safer. So if you've been on your healing journey for a while and you've been working with a trauma-trained practitioner and you've been doing your practices and you've been looking to create that integration, I want to talk about these signs that the body shows us that the nervous system is responding well and that there is some repair and healing that is taking place. Because a lot of people think that the healing is just going to show up cognitively, like they're going to be more happy, for example. And of course, that can be a fantastic result. But there are also other signs that are going on that can be easily missed. So I'm going to go through these 5 most common signs that your body is healing and feeling safer, because I've also spoke about the importance of safety and the things that we do for safety, like orienting and grounding and resourcing and support and diet and a lot of different things that contribute to our healing journey. But what does safety actually look and feel like in the body? So if you are not experiencing the 5 things that I'm talking about, that doesn't mean that you're not doing it right. Everybody has different responses and heals in different ways. These are just the 5 that I have experienced, and also I've seen many of my clients experience as well. So the first one is that your breath is likely to become longer, is likely to move down deeper in the body, and is also likely to be less forward, backwards, and more expansive across the whole body as well. Because the breath is one of the first things that is affected. And when I take on new clients, I do a breath check. So I do a functional breathing check with clients so that we can time your regular breathing and also look at where you are breathing in your body and see if there's any work to be done there. And 9 times out of 10, there typically is. So a lot of people will be breathing up in their chest. They will be breathing very shallowly and for a short amount of time. And they're also breathing very forward and backwards, so front facing and not really very expansive. And this is why I talk about how coherent breathing is my non-negotiable nervous system health activity that I do on a daily basis, because coherent breathing is really, really good for helping us check in daily with where our breathing patterns are and helping us smooth and balance it out. The second sign that your body is beginning to feel safe is that you will start to release tension. So as soon as I say this, I can feel myself wanting to yawn. Yawning, especially in practice, is a sign of the body releasing tension. A lot of people release tension out of their jaw. A lot of people will also release tension out of their abdomen, and that might come with some unpleasant feelings as well. So yeah, because when we are in a survival mode state, we've experienced trauma, a digestion and can be really heavily affected, because we are in this sympathetic mode to fight, flight, freeze, and not in the rest and digest mode. And so when that goes kind of offline or becomes less engaged over a long period of stress, we can be holding a huge amount of tension in our gut and in our stomach. And so we can actually begin to feel a release of that tension. And something that was quite interesting for me is I suffered from IBS as a result of my experience. And I realized one day, I'm doing this represents my core, this represents this part of my body here. One day I was cycling, and I'd been doing this work for a good few months. And I'd also learned as well about how the body begins to release tension in different ways. And I was cycling and I could feel my core kind of like a small spasm. And I thought to myself, what am I bracing for? Why am I bracing? Nothing's happening. I was looking around. I was having a lovely time. I was on my bicycle. And I was like, what am I bracing for? And then it hit me. I wasn't bracing. It was my body coming out of bracing. And so my body was beginning to release the bracing pattern that it had been in for such a long time. And so I was feeling it like this mini spasm. That was a wild experience. So that was just my experience. I wanted to share that with you, but you might also notice just, yeah, that you feel potentially less stress in the shoulders or in the hands, in the abdomen, in the jaw, in the neck as well. And especially if you are on your healing journey and approaching it in this holistic fashion, then I had and focused on having acupuncture and massage in these areas as well to help release that. I also got tennis balls and would massage myself up against the wall to release tight spots in my body. And then through doing the work, the tightness didn't immediately come back again. So little by little over time and through practice and through movement practices and through stretching and mobility work and massage and acupuncture and things like this, I noticed these parts of my body beginning to soften. The third thing is that hopefully your digestion and your gut regulation will also improve. And this looks like potentially you having more hunger and you being able to feel hunger more. So listening to the cues of your body about when you are hungry and also when you are full as well and when you've had enough, because sometimes that can go offline for people as well. And yeah, you're able to have more regular bowel movements and so forth. The fourth thing is that you are able to recover easily when there is a stressful occasion in day-to-day life. So that doesn't stay with you and doesn't, you don't collapse under the weight of the stress anymore. You are a lot more flexible, a lot more able to deal with the stresses of day-to-day life without feeling, like you need to go into collapse or you need to go into shutdown, and you're able to be more present with your emotions, and you can feel your emotions more in the moment. You don't have to shove them down or shut them down. You're able to be present with your emotions in the present moment and not have to always deal with it later. That was a really big sign for me, finding that pause, being able to check in with myself. And I see this with clients all the time, and being able to come and reflect as well on what happened really a lot quicker than what they were able to do in the past. And the fifth is that it relates to this, is that, again, it comes with that safety in the video that I made about agency as well, is that you'll experience more of that. You are able to pause before making decisions around things. You take your time, you slow down. You're not as reactionary. There's not this impulse to go, yes, I can do that, or no, I can't, and things like this. So those impulses that you feel in your body are also reduced as well. And you just feel like you're not as reactionary. So they're my 5 top signs that your body is beginning to feel safer, that you're beginning to feel safer, and that your body is showing you this. If you would like support on your healing journey to feel safer, my name is Donna Louise, and I'm a trauma-trained somatic practitioner, a functional breathwork coach, a clinical EFT practitioner, and also a trainee counselor. And I help people to get out of survival mode, to restore their nervous system, and to reconnect with themselves. So if that is something that you would like to explore, please find my link in the description and have a one-to-one call with me. Also, if you've liked this video, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any questions, any thoughts, or any concerns that you want to share, you can pop them in the comments box. I would love to hear them, and perhaps I can make a video in response to something that you'd like to know more about. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, take very good care.